Hi everyone, this is Shaheen, and this is Understanding Intuition Insight 11. Insight 11 is using a divinatory system to tap into your intuition. Divinatory systems and oracles are amazing ways to tap into your intuition and to connect with the universe because they create a language, a built-in language that allows you to communicate with your intuition and with the universe and to almost create a shorthand of interpreting symbols and of accessing that information. One of the biggest problems that people have when they're beginning to tap into their intuition is feeling like they can't trust the information that's given to them, or they look at things and they see it as being too ambiguous and being a little bit mysterious, I guess you could say. So using an oracle such as tarot, Lenormand, tea leaves, runes, palmistry, crystal scrying, all the different kinds of divination systems that are out there, using one of them, understanding its method, and practicing that allows you to have some sort of foundation to tap into your intuition. It's one thing to get an intuitive hit and think, okay, well, what does this mean? What does this apply to? And it's another thing to use a divinatory system which maps out some of that information for you and gives you more of a straightforward. It's not straightforward really, but more straightforward than your intuitive hits. And then you can layer your intuition onto that. The goal of using a divinatory system is not to keep you from accessing your intuition through your center, through yourself, but it allows you to access it with more ease and more clarity. Now, there's a downfall to that. Some people get stuck on using different tools and different systems, and the truth is that we don't need any kind of tool at all. We are all psychic. We have it within us. It's innate that we're all psychic, and there is infinite information that we can tap into in the universe. But sometimes we need a tool to help us. It's sort of like having a calculator so that you can do math a little bit quicker. I say use a tool, allow it to help you access your intuition, to kind of get in the feeling of using your intuition, of tapping into the universe, and then try to pull away from it. I've been doing readings for a very long time, and even now I use cards or I use tea leaves, but I don't ever let that dictate the reading. Because there will come a time when you'll look at a spread of cards and you'll say, okay, well, this is what the book says, or this is what these symbols mean connected together, or this is what this has meant in the past, but it doesn't feel like that's what it means now. And you have to trust that. That's where your intuition really comes out and speaks to you, and it usually is that first initial feeling that you have that's the right one. So try to use a divination system such as tarot, tea leaves. You can use Lenormand. I've actually made my own personal Lenormand deck called Shaheen's Tattered Nomad Oracle, and I'll show them to you really quick. This is the large size, and basically what these are is it's a deck of cards, and there are 36 Lenormand symbols, and then there are some cards that I added myself, which are unique to this deck. And each card is a symbol in and of itself, and as you string these symbols together, you gain meanings. And I personally like to look at these as starting points. So I look at those meanings and then I add my intuitive interpretation to it. So quickly I'll pull two cards and we'll talk about that. So the roads and the letter. So maybe what this is saying is that some sort of offer or some sort of letter or piece of information is coming to you, which is going to allow you or cause you to have to make a decision to go in one direction versus the other. And if I were giving an actual reading to someone, I may look at that and then ask myself, well, what is the letter? What is that information? Who is that information coming from? Or is the road a crossroad? Is it continuing down a path? Is it blazing a new path? So even when you're using a system, there's going to be ambiguity. There's going to be some fill in the blank. But what it does is it gives you a starting place instead of kind of sitting down and saying, hit me, universe, tell me what I need to know. And that is very effective as well. And you'll find as you use your intuition more and more that that will work for you. But sometimes it's nice to have the objectivity that a system allows you when you are laying out the cards or tapping into your intuition with whatever method you're using. But don't get stuck there. Just remember, don't get stuck on that system. It's not the end all be all. The whole point at the end of the day is for you to trust your own gut feeling, for you to trust your intuition, and for you to really work from the inside out. So leave a comment. Tell me some of your intuitive stories. What divination systems have you used? What divination systems are you interested in? Is there anything that you kind of need some advice on or some guidance on with using a divination system? Would you like me to suggest a system for you if you're starting out, if you're just beginning using your intuition and using divination? And what are some intuitive stories? Has there ever been a time where you've questioned your intuition and then later on realized how right you were? Or has there ever been a time where you felt like your intuitive hit was really ambiguous and you kind of pulled a few different meanings from that hit and you settled on one of them and that turned out to be right? So share some of that experience. We're here to learn and I would love to hear from you. So, all right, take care. Bye bye.